Roblox hats. You know them, you love them, and, well, they're pretty much the icon of any outfit. They were once a major facet of Robloxian headwear, a variety of colors and graphics to formulate a blocky outfit around, now a lackluster accessory series bloated with less than desirable hats. Visors were once a common hat to get retextures all the time, receiving edition after edition, but after a while, they pretty much went extinct. But why? If they were just as important as any other piece of Robloxian fashion, why were some of them dropped from the catalog? Was it a pissed off admin that really didn't like them for some reason?
The fuck?
Or were they simply left behind as another part of Robloxia's history, dropped entirely like so many hat series before and after it, in favor of more modern versions? I'm not really sure, but today we're gonna answer at least one question. Whatever happened to visors? To start us off, what really is a hat series? Depending on who you ask, a hat series is a collection of hats that either use the same mesh with different textures, or are simply related to one another by being a similar item without the exact same mesh. For the sake of this video, we're going to cover mainly the original series, same mesh and all. Without further ado, what was the first visor ever made? Some people say it was the beginning to the annual Visor series, made and released in October of 2007, or the small group of visors made to show off the team in Mike's paintball tournament. In actuality, the first visor that was ever released was, in fact, the Got Milk visor, released on August 2nd, 2007. A bombastic red and a bright white to contrast. It was colored similarly to the Roblox logo, as well as the white being reminiscent of the liquid goodness that is the dairy product. It also has Comic Sans for the font. Couldn't tell you why. Mesh, made by Gamer3D, is a very simple one, but it lends itself to a very effective line of hats. We'll be seeing those more in depth later. The description itself is kind of like the Wikipedia article for the actual Got Milk advertisement, and it really ties the whole thing together. Now then, after that one, we have the- Hey, wait a sec, I didn't agree to this, Ow, fuck, ow, shit, oh, goddammit, ow, fuck! After the release of the Got Milk visor was a group release of 5 visors. Some of you may already know about this as it was mentioned earlier, but it's about Mike's paintball tournament, and the 5 visors corresponding to 5 teams that played at the time. You could pick up whatever visors you wanted to show support for your favorite team, each of which were one of 3 semifinalists and 2 teams before them. I assume this was because one of the semifinalists and eventual first place winner was a team called Super Mario Strikers, and obviously Roblox didn't want to get Nintendo's lawyers up their ass, so they didn't get their own visor. No clue why T-Bone got one. I mean, they're not really doing much here. In fact, they lost pretty early on, around the second round. But I really wasn't on Roblox at the time. Your old buddy Dinah here didn't join until 2010, so I have no idea what went down. Maybe they were just popular, as the description says. Speaking of Mike's paintball tournament, it was of course a paintball tournament held on Mike's Ultimate Paintball map. You'd earn and lose points during this tournament by knocking out enemies or being wiped out yourself, as well as standing on the white square in the middle to give yourself a small amount of points, kinda like a control point in a team-based shooter. Many teams went in, but only 3 left without being empty-handed. That being the teams Super Mario Strikers, as stated before, Rogues of Robloxia, and Super Bricks. Speaking of these teams, remember Gamer3D from earlier? Rogues of Robloxia was actually part of that team. He was known for his work on early hat meshes, including the original visor mesh for the hats we're discussing today. Besides all of this, the first place winners of Mike's paintball tournament got their own special paintball trophy, as well as 2,500 Robux, Builders Club a special t-shirt, and a paintball gun to keep. Now ain't that pretty cool? Unfortunately, the actual paintball trophy is essentially Robloxian lost media, as all of the accounts that held it have since been terminated, besides Shedletsky himself having the last known copy. That's pretty unfortunate. I'll be talking more about these types of tournaments or events another day. As of now, let's get back on track with the next visor, this one being the first in the annual Visor series. Right around the scariest month of the year, in October 8th of 2007, Robloxians were able to see the release of the first annual Visor, which was basically the Got Milk Visor but with Roblox and Comic Sans replacing the original Got Milk text. It was on sale for about 4 months at a 7 ticks price tag before going off sale. The description for this hat was along the lines of "keep cool under this Roblox visor," but was later changed to make a reference to one of the major crises of the time, global warming. In the next year, 2008, the annual visor of that year dropped around late February, this time with an 8 ticks price tag and a lovely blue and black color scheme. The description for this visor makes a reference to the 2008 financial crisis, widely known as the Great Recession. It was also used as an additional part of the hipster egg of retro during the 2015 egg hunt. Neat. 2009 saw the release of another visor around mid-January of that year, a yellow and black color scheme this time, with a price tag of 9 ticks. Furthering the tradition of going up in price by about 1 ticks, the 2009 visor also keeps some other aspects of its previous forms, such as a reference to a global crisis. Except this one is, Roblox exclusive. References Googlore. Roblox hats used to reference each other every now and then, this time being no exception. And, well, Googlore is a joke about Google, both in name and in description. The Googlore hat is, of course, a robot as well, and the description references how it's starting to develop sentience, and, well, if you've seen enough Robot Uprising movies and books, then you're sure to know where that's gonna go. 2010's visor was the next one to show up, and it was in early January of that year. There were some things that actually set it apart from the others. Firstly, its 10 ticks price tag becoming a staple for all the following hats prior to the removal of ticks in 2016. Its main color wasn't black this time around, instead being green with a white accent, similar to the 2007 and Got Milk visors. The description this time around mentions Telemon, Shedletsky's alternative account, using revenue from Builders Club to fund a nuclear weapons program. What could this possibly entail for Robloxia? I got no clue. Is Telemon Robloxian Oppenheimer? Probably. 2011. This one I personally enjoy the design of. It looks pretty nice. It's a bright blue and white instead of green and white like last year. Something to note is that it actually came out on December 26th of 2010, meaning you could get it early, so you didn't have to wait until January just to get some new fashion. No special description this time around, which is a bit of a shame, though I guess I can't be too upset. Imagine living in Robloxia with your wife and kids and some massive crisis happens like every year. Think of the children! 2012 was a similar case, dropping in late December of 2011, and the color scheme was now a dark blue and white. Same price of 10 ticks, though the description states that you kept cool last year, past tense, meaning that this is actually continuity between the two. A darker, older, dustier kind of blue color would suggest that this is actually a variant of 2011's visor, now a whole year into the future. Cool. 2013 was a bit of a return to form in more ways than one. Outside of the same old 10 ticks price tag and dropping in late December of 2012, it actually returns to the old color scheme with a lovely black and neon green. The description even references another crisis, this one being the last one to do so. And it references the Pensacola hypercane that hit Florida. What's interesting about this visor is it actually released early by accident for about 5 minutes on December 19th, instead of its planned release date of December 21st. Weird. 2014 isn't anything to write home about, keeps the black from before, but now with a different shade of red. As always, it cost 10 ticks, and was available in late December of 2013. No special description, not really much to say for it. Just a pretty solid hat that was quite cheap. Now 2015, this is where things get a little bit more interesting. We've seen a lot of white and black as the accent for a lot of these visors, but this one has neither. That's right, dark blue and red were the colors chosen for this hat, and for that reason it stands out among the rest. Nothing like y'all, if you will. Also, this one came out towards mid-December of 2014 rather than late December. 2016 is a little bit interesting. Unlike the last few visors would have you think, this one actually came out in January of 2016 rather than late December. Although its creation date was from 2015, I guess they just decided to hold it until January. The colors chosen were a black and dark purple, although I don't really like the choice, as this particular shade of purple kind of makes it blend in with the black. It was released at a price tag of 10 ticks, but later was changed to free. That is, when ticks was removed. I miss you every day. This was, of course, in effect after the Tixapalooza event in 2016. We'll be talking more about Tixapalooza later when we cover the Tix Visor. 2017's Visor released on January 1st of the same year, keeping up with the precedent set by 2016. This is also the first Visor to not have the Roblox part of its name fully capitalized. It had similar colors to 2013, though it has a different shade of green this time around. No neon for you! Since tickets were now removed from Roblox entirely, this Visor released for the low price of absolutely free. It was first named simply as Roblox Visor, but then had its name changed to reflect the year it actually came out. 2018 might be a familiar, yet still different face for some of you. It looks pretty close to the blue Sniper's Visor from Mike's Paintball Tournament. Outside of the text saying Roblox, it is basically the same hat, same color scheme and everything. This one was released on January 1st of 2018, and was the last Visor to be renamed to the year it was added to the catalog. Now you may be wondering, why is that one the last one to be renamed to the year it came out? Well, that's because 2019's Visor was the last and currently still available annual Visor. Unlike the last few, this one was released on December 13th, 2018, with a vibrant red and black to accent it. It kind of looks like a antithetical form to the 2007 Visor from all those years ago. Instead of white, it's black. This one is simply named Roblox Visor, and as stated before, it's still available to be picked up, so if you head to the catalog right now, you can pick it up yourself. It's a shame this was the end to the annual Visor series, and the original Visors series as a whole, as this one was the last one to ever be released. It's a shame the annual Visor series ended here. In fact, the entire Visor series as a whole ended here. This is basically the point that the original mesh stopped being used, and even though Visors would still be released afterwards, they would use new meshes and new textures that were nothing like these ones. But take a look down at that runtime and you tell me if this video is over. We still got a few more Visors to get through. But with everything said and done, that was the end of the annual Visor series. Honestly, I really miss it. Having something to sort of look forward to every year, get a new little piece of fashion that you can center an outfit around, and you had no idea what colors they were going to choose. Maybe it would look similar to an older hat, or maybe it would be something completely different. Maybe they wouldn't use the usual black and white like always. I mean, as of now, it's been dead for, 6 years? I don't think we're gonna see another one anytime soon, but, well, we can still appreciate what we had. Without further ado, we've got 7 more Visors to comb through, so let's just get through them chronologically. Starting with the Tree Hugger Visor. Now, some people may argue this isn't actually part of the original series because the mesh is altered. Yes, it includes a little flower, and therefore it is not the same mesh as the original Visor series. But, really, are we gonna argue semantics over virtual hats? With a bright green and white accent color scheme, and a small blue flower, of course. The orange text here says Tree Hugger, and it has a very fancy font. This hat was given out to about 12,000 participants of the 2009 Worlds of Wood building contest, right around the end of it. This contest was centered around making places with mostly wood-based themes, like forests or big wooden structures, using a newly added wood texture. It lasted from March 31st to April 17th, and included not just the visor, but also 2 other prizes, that being the Waynwood Crown and the Helm of the Great Tree. Moving on, the Boo Visor. Ever wondered what one of the cheapest limited unique items on Roblox was? Look no further than the Boo Visor. Released in October of 2009, it was one of the absolute cheapest limited U items ever sold, priced at exactly 1 Robux. You may be thinking, isn't this just the 2009 annual Visor in terms of design? Well, sort of. Firstly, the color is more of an orange shade instead of a pure yellow, and secondly, it does have text that says BOO, just in case you weren't pissing your pants already. Maybe that's why it's yellow. Ugh. The color scheme itself is similar, just not the exact same, and otherwise it is a pretty sweet looking hat. Too bad I'm too poor to afford it nowadays. Next up, the Recycled Cardboard Visor. This one came out in 2014, as its name would suggest, and was priced at 10 tickets before being dropped from the catalog about 2 days after its release. It's got a cardboard texture with a little recycling symbol on the front. There isn't too much to say about the visor. It looks neat, and is the most unique visor we've seen so far on the list, but it's about as exciting as cardboard itself. Moving on, the Summer Visor. Dropped a few months after the recycled cardboard one in June of 2014, it feels like a sort of return to form with the Visor series. It looks to be sort of inspired by the Mike's Paintball Tournament visors. This one had the Roblox logo adorned with summer items on the front, with gray and red being the colors of choice. Like most visors, it had a 10 ticks price tag. Not much else to really say about it here, I just think it looks quite cool. Get it? Cool. Like the opposite of summer, because summer is hot. I don't know, I thought it was funny. The Burning Visor. This one's actually very similar to the last one, the Summer Visor. Colors are the exact same, at least. Gray and red, like before. But instead of the Roblox logo with some summer stuff on it, it's now just a big burning fire graphic thing. Goes all along the front of it. It's kind of unique with the graphic on the front, though we did see that with the recycled cardboard one earlier, so I don't know. It was also given out via gift card, but other than that, there's nothing else to really note here. Now, we're coming up on the Evil Duck Visor. Ooh, scary. You got it for redeeming a CVS gift card in 2015, and unlike other visors, this one actually came back around in 2022 by redeeming some different gift cards. I guess that makes it the last original visor in a sense, but it wasn't the last one ever made. Looks pretty nice. Colors are the same as the evil duck hat it's based on, as well as those evil red little beady eyes on the front. Outside of being one of the only visors to come out more than one time, there's not much else to really say about this one. It just looks cool. The last non-annual visor ever made, the Tix visor, was obtainable around the last days of the Tixapalooza event, costing 25 ticks. The most a visor has ever been priced at. With a bright yellow and brown color scheme, it looks pretty nice considering what it's themed around. With a Tix logo on the front of it, it bears one of the last references to Tix ever made. May it rest in peace. It was available for 2 days before going off sale, never to be seen again. Just like the feature it was based on. Okay, almost done here. That was the entire original Visor series, starting in 2007 and ending in 2019. It had a pretty good run, and by counting just these visors, there were a total of 26 of them. Many of them have gone off sale and stayed off sale, or were brought back as limited hats, but I don't count those. Basically, the hat series was killed off, sadly, and—
Did somebody say kill and hat in the same sentence?
No, dude, I wrote that out of the script. That part sucks.
Oh, come on, please.
Fine.
Yes.
Welcome to the Hat Count, where we tally up the off-sale accessories from our favorite Roblox catalog. I'm Dine A. Mari, and today we're looking at visors. Originally released in 2007, visors were a simple yet fashionable series of hats that unfortunately met their end and lost to off-sale obscurity by 2019. How many of these visors met their untimely demisers? Let's find out and get to the numbers. I counted 25 visors of varying shapes and colors, giving us this Robloxian colored pie chart. With 25 kills and a lifespan of 12 years, that left us with an off-sale average of 1 death every 6,320,000 minutes. Golden Banhammer for the best off-sale goes to T-Bone Visor for having a cool raw steak on the front as part of the name. Dull Linked Sword goes to Blue Snipers, a pretty lame-looking visor, especially compared to the other Mike's Paintball Tournament team visors. Okay, I'm done. Great. Thank you for that, I guess. Now, even though this video was mainly about the original series, I will quickly cover the modern visors. These ones all have very similar meshes, outside of a few special ones, and all look either kinda good or mid beyond belief. I really can't recommend using these modern ones for any outfits, but if you can make them work, then you should go for it. Now, we are really done. Even though most visors have gone off sale, a lot of them are still available as limiteds. Though unless you're rich or a good trader, I don't know how easy it'd be to get them without a credit card and a lot of disposable income, which I don't have. So, I hope you guys liked this one. I'm considering doing a lot more of these hat series videos, so keep an eye out for them. Again, sorry this keeps taking so long in between videos. I have college, and I have a job, and I'm also lazy and procrastinate a lot. So, I apologize. I'll be doing my best to have a more consistent upload schedule going forward, but no promises because, well, life tends to be very busy for me, so yeah. I've been Dinah, self-proclaimed Robloxian Scholar, and I'll see you guys again soon. Have a good one.